Welcome to another Adafruit mail call. I would have done one on Saturday, but we had problems in the electronics land. So that video card I showed you on my last video, I went to install it in the main machine, and I did not have enough PCIe cables. Now, the main machine had a Corsair 750 semi-modular power supply. What that means is the motherboard connector and the ESP connector, the CPU power, came straight out of the power supply, and then the rest of the cables were modular on it. Problem was, I didn't have enough PCIe, and that card required 3 connectors, 3 8-pin connectors. Okay, I said to myself, I can solve that problem. I went to this Linux box, and in it is an 850 Corsair, fully modular, and I had the extra PCIe cables on there. So, okay, I took that power supply, I put it in the main machine, and the 750 would go in the Linux box, swapped the power supply. Problem started. Main machine worked perfectly. Everything was good, except for one little hiccup. I didn't have a Molex connector. That's right, one of my fans in the main machine is so old, it actually doesn't use a fan header like this. It actually uses a Molex. Okay, no problem. I ordered off Amazon one of those female SATAs to male Molex adapters. They're about yay big. I have one over there, but I had to wait a day for it to arrive, of course. And then the other thing on Amazon, it was so cheap, I needed to get 1 day service. I needed to buy at least $20 worth of stuff. So, what the hell? I bought 5 USB, 32 gig keys. Yeah, I could always use them, right? Okay, so that thing came back to the Linux box. I put the 750 in, hooked it all up, hit the power button. The lights blinked for a moment. Nothing. Okay, well, what happened? Did I have something plugged in incorrectly? Checked it all, went through. It must have spent like an hour fiddling. So, okay, could it be the power supply is the problem? Ordered a power supply. The EVGA 650 fully modular. It's on the floor stuff over there. Put it in, hooked all the cables up. That took another day on Sunday, and hit the power button. Click, click, nothing. Well, it turned out what was stopping my power up, I have this on the case, this front USB in the 5 1/4 bay, all these extra USB 3 ports. Well, the power connector for some reason was damaged, and when you plugged it in, it caused a short. So I removed all that. Okay, went to power it on, still wouldn't power on. Okay, I took the board out, reduced it to the CPU, a RAM stick, and a very basic video card. Like so. Good old 750, whatever it is. GT710, sorry. Right? I keep that around for service things and put it on the bench. No boot. Either on the new power supply, it wouldn't boot. On the bench of the 750 Corsair, wouldn't boot. Okay, well, no, so the power supply arrived on Saturday also. No, Sunday. So Saturday after all this, I made the window. I ordered another motherboard. It came in on Sunday afternoon. Put it on the bench, put some RAM in, put the CPU on, had a little trouble with the heatsink. Put that video card in, booted. It booted. So it definitely was the motherboard, the other one. The only difference between the two boards is they're literally identical gigabyte boards, except one has a 2.5 gig NIC, and the other one, the non-P, has a 1 gigabit NIC. Okay, fine. I get all that cocked up, all the RAM in, correct video, everything in its boots. So I put it all back in the case, go to turn it on, wouldn't boot. So I fiddled and finally got it to behave itself. right? So it wasn't until it must have been 8 o'clock at night or whatever. I finally got this machine up and running, everything installed correctly, cameras tested, except for some reason on the previous board, on the USB 2.0 hub, I could run 2 cameras. Now I can only run 1 camera, but the USB 3 port hub handles all the other cameras just fine. And of course, I have one extra, this guy right here where my finger is waving. I have this extra cam on that points down onto the table. Yeah, that was on a different port. The reason I got the board is it has like 5 hubs in it or something stupid like that, right? So we are back in business. Now I can record. So what I hadn't been able to do on Saturday is now working. So we have a knife and we have Adafruit down here. Now let me go and get the box. Whoops, didn't stop the recording. Good. That would have been a bad thing. Put my cable back up there again. This is it. Biggest Adafruit box to date. Yes, I'm sorry. I bought too many toys again. Man, I'm so bad. You know what's really annoying? See this battery warning thing here? Even if you ship from Adafruit an item that has a 2032 button cell, like that stupid thing, you cannot ship a box like this with more than 4 of them in there. That's it. You're not allowed. So I happen to have 3 of them in there with this and 1 item with a bigger battery. It was part of a kit. This is freaking annoying with the shipping. 4 lithium batteries, no matter what they are. Yet you can go to Amazon. You can order a set a strip of batteries with like 30 batteries in it, 30, 20, 32s in a pack. No problem. Ship. Everyone's fine. For some reason, I think Adafruit has negotiated a bad deal with the shippers. It is real annoying. Otherwise, I'd buy more stuff with batteries. So, what do we got in this box? Lots of printout. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Just to let you know, 764.85. My biggest buy yet from Adafruit. But I can't help it. I'm addicted. Okay, so what do we got in here? Free bubble wrap. We always need more of that. And we've got a big bag of stuff. Let's take all the stuff out of the box. And we'll go through it. And, oh, that's a heavy one. And, oh my, oh, what's this? Oh. That's something, I'm not sure what it is. And in the very bottom, a necessarily heavy one. Okay, so we can get rid of the box. So, first time I wanted to get, since I had the Circuit Playground Expresses, I decided to get the book. So, what do we got in the book? Lots of code. Serial output. Coding with Circuit Python. Coding with Make. Yeah, throw all the Make code out. All I want is Circuit Python code. What else you got in here, guys? So we'll have to play with that. Move it over here. Okay, so we have this item. I already have one of these, but I wanted a second one because I was finding the little guys were not enough room for some things. So It was fairly cheap. I have the same one. And I'll just put that in the bag. This guy here. So, of course, this is William proof. William has to take a sharp bladed knife around the edge. Around the edge. There we go. Here we got the 4 little standoffs and the 4 little feet. And there we go. It's basically the same as my other one. The one I got from China. So, what colors do we have here? Green. Oh, VA, VB, VC. So we'll make ground that VC, VA, VA. Okay. Well, that's good. I can't even undo them. So we'll do it later. I brought some bins just for this purpose. So I've been buying a lot of these organizational bins, and they work out really nice. So we will assemble that later. Okay. What is our next? Let's take a smaller bag. So this bag. So I was having a lot of trouble with the stemma stuff. So I decided to order 2 types of stemma cables from Adafruit. So we've got these guys with the pin headers on them. As you can see. Pin headers. I bought lots of them, just in case. They're cheap. They're like 95 cents a pop or something like that. And then I also bought the same amount, but as you can see, joined together. So JST SH 4-pin cable, 100 millimeters. So. And what else do we get in here? So I was interested because I've got, apparently according to Canada Post, I have the Rotary Encoders that showed up here. But what I was really interested is these guys with the stemma connectors on it. You just put a standard rotary controller on. So we got, I don't know, 3 or 5, I can't remember. 1, 2, 3. Now there's more in here. 4. What's this? Tz4 Smart LED. Oshawa Custom Etched Keycap. Yeah, I thought I might as well get some of these keycaps. Adafruit R4 keycap. Before the keycaps all disappear. Tz4 Smart LED Shield. I'm buying always 2 of a lot of things. Okay, so this guy here. Wow, my hard drive over there is making noise. This is a monitoring device. And this for I2C. And this is a monitoring device for SPI. There's a screen and everything on it. Octocat Etch Keycap. So I've been saving these Ziplocs because they're actually kind of handy. So I will just put them over here. So we've got 128 by 64 OLED display. Remember, I blew one up. So I decided to get a couple more. So I decided not to blow them up again. Well, maybe. So I had problem. I fried the this guy right here. That guy, that regulator. So I have 2 more. So maybe we won't fry them. Yeah, right. So the SPI drivers, the teensy weensy. I think this is there's a lot of stuff in here. Okay, so pretty thick. Oh, okay. It's a shield. Okay. Okay. Wonder what you do with these things. I wonder if they just go on here like so or something like that. I'll have to look this up and see how this all works. But boy, is this thick wire. Wow. Okay. So that goes back in the bag. So one is bare and one has the thing on. Plus lots of these. Oh, and a double one. I'll have to look up on the site how you put this one together. Okay. So the rotary encoder. Here we go. And the little header for it. Something like this. There we go. Like that. Now, in here, I should have some actual encoders, too. These are the type of device that's on my soldering machine. They just go around and around and around and around. And they go click, 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 click. Okay, so. Okay, let's get another bag here. Oh, there's a bit smaller bag here. Let's get this one. P1, P3. I really made the person who had to pick parts do some work here. Let's see. Okay, so what do we got in here? The free one. Oh, yes. I misplaced my key puller. Yeah. There's something like this. Yeah, like that. I won't pull my arrow key off, but that's the idea. I was missing. I got one with my not the CM Storm keyboard, but the ones I have over there. I can't remember the name. Okay, we have another weight plate. Now I have a collection of weight plates somewhere. I'll have to add it to it. Every time you get one of these, you know you've bought too much. So what do we have here? We have an Adafruit prop maker. Okay. 2 of those. And the free one. What is in here? Halloween. Oh, right. The eyeball thing. I think it's similar to my other one. See? Ooh. But it's designed kind of like the this guy here with all the things around it. So you can stick stuff on the bottom, I guess. I wonder what you can stick. Oh, I wonder what you can stick on here. LiPo battery. Okay. What's the switch for? Off, on. There's a light down there. Reset here. A1 light, number 13, charge light, USB 2, Sense, I2C, Neopix, AO speaker, screen, of course. It looks like a lot. Oh, there's some. I think there's some sensors on here too. I wonder what all these touch points are right there. Little resistor blocks. Number 13. LiPo battery only. Okay. We'll get to play with that. Another one of those. So what is in here? Adafruit Pie Badge. They keep talking about this thing and they keep playing asteroids on it. So It must be good. If you can play asteroids on a Pi badge, it must be good. I wonder if that's on your shirt, you know. Hi, my name is... Authentication to run the user bin SB mod probe. I'm not going to run mod probe. What the heck are you doing? I must have hit a key by accident. Well, we're still recording. You know, right in the center of your thing, you have that little lanyard on it. Oh, look. You can stick that on. So, speaker. Can we actually put a speaker on here? The battery. Oh, the light pole's right here. Oh, cool. Okay. So, yeah, I've got the battery for this, a little Velcro, and we can get this on. AT-SAM-D51. Okay. And we got a little connector here. I wonder if that's the speaker connector. We got this guy here. We've got a reset button, off-on button. Other miscellaneous parts on here. I wonder what this is here. Oh, I know what that is. That's the interface port. If you solder on this little port, you've got the JTAG / whatever thingy for getting at it. Although I don't think you really need it unless you really screw up. So we have a big bag here. Okay. Let's pull out those and all this. We'll get the yellow envelopes in a sec here. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got Keycap Keychains. This is the battery problem right here. Okay, so here's our little keychain. And then what we do with this, see there's the battery. Actually, it's not even a 2032. This is a 1220. That's even smaller. For your trivia information, 1220. 1.2 millimeters thick, 20 millimeters across. That's how you do it. So a 2032 like this, CR 2032, right? 2 millimeters thick, 32 millimeters wide, or 3.2 centimeters. Ta-da! Now we take one of these keys, Octocat, or let's take the Adafruit R4 key out of its bag here. Dun, 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 dun. And then what we do is we stick it on here. Does it matter? No, doesn't really matter. There we go. Whee! It lights up. Well, I can hardly see. Let me turn the lights up a little bit. There we go. Doing, 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 doing. Yeah. Wee, 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 wee. There we go. Turn the light back on. And you can change the keycaps. Ta-da. So, we have another one here. So I'm just going to take the key off. Oh, there we go. Put it back in its little box. Those go in there, and we'll put the keycap back in the bag. Okay, actually these 3 keycaps can go in here too. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh, yes. Adafruit Neo Trinkies. I was kind of interested in these things, so I got a number of different ones. Again, 2. So here we go. This is a little guy. It's got 4 lights on it. It's got an Atmel. Holy crap, I can't read it because it's so damn small. Here we go. ATSMD21. Wow, that's a small chip. Okay. But you plug it into your USB. Boop, like so. And ta-da! Neo Trinky 4 NeoPixel 2. Oh, it's got touch on it too. Touch, touch, touch. I think it's touch on both sides, one on each side. So that's that one. And then we got, as I said, I buy in pairs. Okay, so what do we got here? Adafruit ST25DV16. I think this is NFC stuff. Dynamic Nfc Rfid Tag. Yes, this is a changeable tag. So you can change this NFC tag on the fly. Right? It's kind of like we have at work these NFC readers and stuff. And we have some of the basic tags. So you can program them on a phone and then you swipe them over the reader. So that's that one. That's the second one. How many did I get? 3 apparently. Yep. 3. Okay. And then we have here. Oh, right. So we have the little flash chip. So I have some boards that have an empty spot for a flash chip. We're going to learn how to put these on. Woo! They'll dramatically increase the flash size on some of these. I think they're feathers, or they could be QT tinies or something like that. Cutie pies. Yeah. So those are the flashes. Boink. And then what we have here, yeah, speak of the devil, Cutie Pies, SAMD21 version, like so. See, right here on the back side. See that place for a chip right here? That's where we put that flash chip on here, which gives this a much more room to work with. Usbc. This is the updated version too. Okie dokie. Okay. Then we have here, welcome to Tz4 USB Dev Board. Okay. See what we got in here. So we've got the Tz. And we have a nice card. Well, that's an interesting. I've never heard of a MIM XRT 1062. 32-bit Arduino compatible microcontroller. To begin using Tz, please use the engage start PGRC. Tz. Okay, what else we got in the back here? Backside SD card, USB host. Ooh. So let's see if we can open one of these up. Just have a look. Oh, there we go. There we go. So there you go. One. Well, I have to say it is teensy. It's interesting. They have a spot on here for a connector. I wonder how that works. I wonder if this is the according to the back side. Let's see. UC for all kinds of for date and time and power management. Cut to separate VIN from VSB if using battery or external power. 4-bit SDIO for library. Doesn't quite say what that is. So we got this piece right here. Separate battery. Well, that's another project to look at. Put this all into here. I'm pretty sure I know what's in those yellow envelopes. So let's take the yellow envelopes out of the bag. Oh, there's still more stuff in here. No, not quite the yellow envelope time. These are enough toys to keep me busy for months. Okay, so what we got here? Adafruit 1.5 TFT Breakout. Adafruit 1.5 128 by 120 OLEDs. Let's see exactly what we got here. Okay, slightly bigger OLED board with SD card on it. With lots of pins on it here. So, okay, plus pins. So we got the, so I have the 128 by 64 OLED, and this is the 128 by 128 OLED. And I played it smart this time, as I said, got two of them. And we'll be very careful not to crack a corner like I did on the last one. So there's our stemmas, our I2 address, I2C address. Bus default is I2C. For SPI, open J1, J2. I have the little jumper blocks and the little jumpers. I could actually solder on one of these the pins so that you can actually set this either way. So, oh, I forgot. I have this too. Ah, yes. I wanted one of these the first and they were out of stock. This is an NFC ring. That's right. You can program it. So I could put one of those little NFC readers on my computer, just go computer on, computer off. I got the largest size it would fit my finger, and it just looks like it just fits perfectly. You could say, I'm married to my computer. Ooh. Ooh. This is going to be fun to play with. Put that in there. And I think about filled this plastic bin. So let's toss this plastic bin down. No. Let us place this plastic bin down. And bring another one up. We'll put up our table again. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I know what this is. There's a cute little explanation in physics and electricity, and I'll have to get all. No, not these ones. This is for my LCD. Matrices. This is the diffuser panels. I thought for a moment this was the something else. We'll see. Wow. Of course, you cannot get them off without a knife. But to give you an idea what's going on here, we'll do a peel. So this, when I peel the other side, you place it on top of those matrices, and it diffuses the whole light. So I'm going to leave this one in its envelope in here to protect it. That's what all these yellow envelopes are. And I can place those right there on the top of the computer. Okay. And that's the magnifying glass. It can go over there. Oh, we have a small bag here. Small. Okay. So more keys. I think that's the DigiKey key. The won't fix key. Hate forks. GitHub. And merge. Was it one of the two? Something like that. And then we have these. USB-C socket breakout PCB. So the idea behind these, as I was interested, is messing with the USB-C stuff. So this will let you, when you plug a USB in, you can get stuff out of it. I wonder how many pins I can tap on this thing. Or is it just tapping power? I'm not sure exactly. Well, this side is all seems to be power. And this side, I don't know what JRCB, whatever. Frog in my throat. But we will play with those. Donk, 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 donk. And all our keys. Whee! Now, last big bag. Wow, apparently this bag contains smaller bag. Okay, this is what I was actually after. Let's take out this bag first. We'll get to the rest. Oh, there's my rotary encoders. Okay, so what do we got here? So here's the rotary encoder that we're interested in. That's the thing that goes on that board with the stemma. And it includes a knob. So you put this thing on. And let's see, flat to flat, like so. Can't hear it. It's very subtle, but you can see, dunk, 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 dunk. It's like really quickly. And it's a button. So, of course, this stuff goes on here like this. It's supposed to go in a panel, like so. Classical volume control style idea. And I don't push it in all the way right now because if you do, they're very hard to get off. I know that much from doing other ones. So that's what these guys are. There's another extra knobs. I bought some extra knobs just in case. And I bought, I think, 4 of these. Yeah, 4 of them. But I have more coming from AliExpress of different types. And then what we have here is more of the stemma cables, but with the female headers on them instead of the male headers. So the same quantity, 5, but different size. Okay, so what do we have here? Nfc Rfid Shields. PN530 Nfc Rfid controller breakout board. I'm not going to take this out of the bag, but the idea is this is, I believe, kind of matching pairs of stuff. So, and then remember I told you about the solder point on the one board for the little programming header? Well, guess what? That's what this is. These are these things. And this ought to be fun to solder. I think I'll have to change my tip to a pointy tip to do that. And then what was this one? FM RDS radio. So this apparently picks up FM radio. You know those ancient things they run still? Right? Where they chop the songs up into crap? Because they got that software that does that? Or it could be just a transmitter too. Who knows? But Mr. Park was playing with that, and I need to find out. Okay. So those are those. And then we've got... oh, there's this one. Okay. This is a fun toy. This really is a toy. Okay, I have 2 of the small ring and 2 of the large ring. So basically the idea, And this is where it's a physics experiment, so we need to get that out of the bag. Oops, that one's still stuck. There we go. Very carefully. There we go. There we go. So you could probably change this ring around. I mean, they're only doing what looks like they glued it. So it's like 4 wires going in a circle. Well, it's the same thing, but it's 4. And then you have this little driver board right here. So we got a couple of looks like resistors or caps. Yeah, caps, some resistor, or is that a diode? I have to look these things up. Let's see. So 204's 71C XXT001. I think that's a crystal. XXT333 1706. I'm not sure what that is. Then we got these things that look brown. I think they're capacitors. I'm pretty sure they are. But the idea is, let me turn that off. You power it up. I think 5 volts on this one is all you need. Yeah, 5 volts. Okay, get rid of that. And then these guys, the next Saturday I'll play with them. Ooh, don't lose them. They're awfully tiny. So what we have here is a little inductor with a little LED and resistor on a little board soldered to it. Okay, so you have to remember your standard physics. Now, who was that guy? Sir Isaac Newton, I think, helped in the math, but I think it was Maxwell. Electromagnetic. Inventor? Yeah, James Clerk Maxwell. Okay, and Michael Faraday. So what we have here is combination. I think it was Faraday did the math and Maxwell did the thing. Let's see. So Maxwell came up with the big concept, and then I think Faraday helped with the math. He actually helped write up all the math. There's a history thing on there's YouTube about this that's actually quite good. But the idea is you're running a DC voltage through here, and it all goes in one direction. So it generates a magnetic field, and then you have your rule, right? So, like, what direction your current goes, what direction the field goes, and effectively you're generating a magnetic field in here. So when you place the inductor in here, like so, in the center, well, roughly in the center, the magnetic field interacts with the coil in here and generates current, enough to light the LED. In fact, this would have been a cool thing if I was in electronics class in high school, if we had this little trick. Or a physics class. It's I think the ultimate, and these LEDs are all different colors, by the way. It's the ultimate demonstration of magnetic fields and current and all that fun stuff like this. So in theory, you could all do that. I think it's the coolest little thing I've seen in a long time. Yeah. So you could you could hide this under a surface, and go, look, people, magic. You place this down near where the coil is, and it just lights up. And they go, ooh, how'd you do that? Ooh. And every one of these things comes with 10 of these little guys. So as I said, this one is the 5-volt version. And we have 2 of them. And I have 2 or 1. I think I bought just 1 of the big one, the 12-volt version. Yeah. So I have this 1 12-volt version. I'm just going to put those on the yellow envelope. I don't want to bend the wire. So, and then we have in here the last 2 items. Okay, so this is my 3rd Keycap Keychain. I was going to buy 4 of them of each color. So each one is actually a different color. But the battery thing got in the way. Oh well. And then this is the 2nd Pie Badge. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Yep. So again, as I said, I bought 2 Pie Badges to play with. So I have 2 collections of goodies to play with. So I have a whole bunch of Adafruit stuff now to play with. Now, there was some other stuff in my wish list, but they're out of production on it. They have to produce more. Also, we have coming the Halloween Adabox. If you're on the subscription thing or whatever, I think that what they said on the show, there's still a few spots left. They only produce so many of them. Yep. Only 1 large inductive. 24 volts. Yeah, so I'd have to come up with 24 volt. But that shouldn't be that hard around here. Yeah, the Neo Trinkies. All those guys. Certificate of compliance. Prepare for what is difficult when it is easy. Adafruit AR. The App Store. Come on, guys. I do not do the Apple Store. So we have a drawer full of this paperwork. And I'll just add it in there. And I don't think I need the DHL stuff. Yes. So I probably won't get any more Adafruit stuff for a while. Unless the things on my wish list come into production. So something to read maybe on the bus. I'll have to see. There's a lot of make code in here. Look at all this. Advanced Microsoft Make Code Chapter 5. No, I would prefer starting at Chapter 6, Coding with CircuitPython. Is the rest of the book CircuitPython? Okay, I've seen this before, where you make your fruit sing. It's all capacitive touch stuff, actually. The Touch Wave Sound Program. Is this still Python? Doesn't look Python code. Not quite. Switching the file system write capability. Reading sensor. Using the Circuit on Player by Express CircuitPython library. Okay. Assumes you're on a Windows box. CircuitPython code. Okay, yeah, so we're still in CircuitPython. And now we have the Arduino development environment. Wow, it's an old Arduino in the book. 185. Warning, if you've been using the circuit plate the board will act like a flash drive. If you program an Arduino sketch into the board, the flash drive should not be erased, but the behavior is not guaranteed. If you have Python programs or other files on the board, save the files to another. Yeah, that's kind of obvious. If you're going to switch the systems, make sure you don't leave behind the other system. Use USB cable power issues? I never ran into that, actually. What I have run into is data issues, where a cable is strictly a power cable, not just a power cable and a data cable together. I've seen that on the USB-C cables and some of the USB 2.0 cables. Most of the ones with the mini end, is it? This end. It's kind of hard to see. I've seen some cables with that end with the problem. So far, these braided ones I bought off Amazon, they work perfectly. They're data and power correctly. So, that is it. So, this would be considered mail call number... Mail call? Oh, no. Don't do that. You stupid thing. Here we go. Mail call 33. So 34. I wonder if that little bit of music will ding me for, I'm sorry, you got copyrighted music. Yes, bloody hell. Maybe that stuff in that tutorial wasn't copyright. Maybe it was like, what, free music. You never know these days. So, I will call this mail call number 34. And I hope you have a nice evening. Oh, yeah, you know, the usual, blah, blah, blah. Go to the bottom, click the buttons. Yes, I still need 19 more subscribers to get over 100. One of these decades, I'll do it. Decades, that's right. So I am now going to stop the recording.